There was once a woman with the issue of blood. Her true life story can be found in the book of Mark, chapter 5, verses 25 to 34. This woman had been suffering from a bleeding disorder for 12 years. 12 long years of pain, isolation, and hopelessness. She had spent everything she had on treatments, but instead of getting better, her condition only worsened. Can you imagine the despair she must have felt? But here's where her story takes a miraculous turn. One day she heard about Jesus. She had heard of his healing power, his miracles, and his compassion. Yet the crowd was enormous, as several people also came to receive healing and touch from Jesus. Despite the crowds, and despite her weakened state, she believed that if she could just touch any part of him or the hem of his cloak, she would be healed. So she made her way through the throngs of people, determined and full of faith. And finally she reached out and touched the hem of his garment. Instantly she felt the flow of blood stop. She was healed. The Bible says in Mark 5:30, "At once Jesus realized that power had gone out from him." But how could that be? Remember, multitudes were all around him, touching him. Yet he turned around in the crowd and asked, "Who touched my clothes?" His disciples were baffled, given the number of people pressing around him. But Jesus knew, and the woman, knowing what had happened to her, came and fell at his feet, trembling with fear. She confessed everything. And Jesus' response? He said to her, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be freed from your suffering." What an incredible moment. This story goes beyond physical healing. It's about the power of unwavering faith, the kind that moves mountains and transforms lives. The woman believed in Jesus' power to heal her and was not moved by the crowd and inability to meet Jesus for healing. She believed that all she needed was to touch him, and her faith was rewarded. No matter how dire our circumstances, believing in God's power can bring about incredible change. It reminds us that we can approach Jesus with our needs. No matter how unworthy or desperate we feel, his love and compassion are always available to us. And lastly, it encourages us to persevere. The woman didn't give up despite her long years of suffering. Her persistence and faith ultimately led to her healing. So let's hold on to our faith, even in the toughest times. Let's believe in God's power to heal and transform our lives. And remember, with faith, all things are possible.